Hey guys, welcome to my channel. How have you been? I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all doing social distancing. I hope all of you are healthy and safe. I haven't been doing any monthly updates on my Bandos Eyeshadows challenge because I had some technical issues with my editing software, and until recently it was broken. So I'm just so thankful that I got it fixed now, and I am now back to filming and editing my videos. So I hope that I won't encounter any problems anymore, so that my updates on my favorite challenge, which is the Bandos Eyeshadows challenge, will continue month to month. So recently I just uploaded my update for April, but it was delayed because again I was having problems. But now I am doing my update on June. It's been 2 months since, so I had a lot of pans, but not really. If you're interested, then please continue watching. Let's begin with my Prism palette from Anastasia. There were 2 eyeshadows in here for my Quintet. The first one is Parallel, and as you can see, there's no pan in this one. I just haven't been reaching out for this. But the second one is Osiris, and there's already pan. This has a very dark, this has a black base with some purple and pink shimmers. So I have been using this just as a liner, and I've been able to hit pan on this one. So I have a bonus pan here in my Prism, and it's this dimension. I'm rolling Osiris out, and then I'm also rolling Parallel out. I've been wearing a lot of shadows, but I haven't reached for Parallel, even though it's one of my favorites, because I only want to use it when people can see my makeup. And second, I already hit pan on another shade, so I'm justified to roll out this shade. That's it for my ABH Prism. I also have 2 shades in here for my Quintet. The first one is Shredded, and you can see I don't have pan in here because I don't really set my eyes anymore, my eyelids. Second, the formula is very stiff, so it's very hard pressed. And third, the color isn't really something that I reach for if I want to set my eyelids. So even though I've used it, you don't really see a lot of progress. And the fourth one from my Quintet is the Coco, which is this beautiful like taupey gray shimmer. I have a lot of use out of this. It's just that the formula of this shade particularly is very stiff as well. Like half of the shades in this palette have a stiff formula. And then I also have a bonus pan, which is Get Cracking. This is this neutral brown shade that I have been using quite a bit. That's why I also haven't reached for Parallel from my Prism, because I've been reaching for this. The formula is powdery. It's similar to ABH Prism, to the ABH mattes. That's why I have been able to hit pan on this one, and that's the type of formula that I prefer rather than those stiff ones like this. Since I have a bonus pan, I'm going to roll Shredded out because I just don't really reach for this type of shades, this setting shades. So I'm keeping the Coco for my Quintet for July. I already have a little bit of dip in the Coco, but it's just a shallow one because again, even though I use this quite frequently, the formula itself is just really hard pressed into the pan. This one. And then the last shade from my Quintet was this one, which is Moony from the Dream Street that I repress here in this palette. So obviously I have a big pan in it. I've also hit side pan on this one, so I'm rolling this one out. But I have a lot of bonus pans in this Zoeva Coco blend. This was a part of my Quintet last March, but I've expanded the pan. This one also, I expanded the pan. This was a part of my original Quintet in January. And then these are bonus pans. Bitter Start. This one was from my Zoeva Rose Golden that I placed in here. I mix these 2 together to set my eyelids if I like setting my lids. And then I've been wearing Beans Are White as well for as an eyeliner. Again, it's a dark brown, that's why I haven't really reached for parallel. And then I've also hit pan on Substitute for Love and Freshly Toasted. These three are reminiscent of the Natasha Denona Mini Nude Palette, which I'd like to get in the future. I'm not sure if I'm going to get it this year or next year, but I've just been trying to curb that want to buy makeup since we're in a pandemic, so makeup is really not my priority. So in the meantime, I have been playing around with this. That's why I was able to hit pan on the shades. So this is my Zoeva Coco Blend palette. And then Sultry. I had got this last January, but I didn't include this in my roulette because I have been planning to bring this on a 1 month travel to the States this June. But we have a pandemic right now, so I cancelled my flight. It's not unused. I've played around with this one, but even though I cancelled my flight, I'm still not going to include this in my Pando's Eyeshadows challenge because it's very brand new and I don't want to actively pan this one. I want to be able to pan this on my normal pace without it being a part of a challenge or whatsoever. So I'm not going to include this one. And if you guys noticed, I don't have the Naked palette anymore because I just decluttered that. I'm just going to focus on these 4 palettes because these 4 palettes are my... well, 3 of these are my oldest. And then this is now my oldest. Since I decluttered the Naked, this is my oldest now. I got this October of 2017. It has a 36-month shelf life, which I don't really follow. I hope to be able to pan this by the end of the year or early next year. That's why I also don't want to include my newer palettes because I really want to focus more on my older ones. So now let's choose the 4 other shadows that will join the Coco for my Quintet for July. Since I decluttered my Naked palette and that I'm not including my Sultry, I now only have 22 eyeshadows that do not have any pans yet. The first one will be number 9. Number 9 is Pyramid from my Prism palette. Pyramid. Oh, it's this gold shade. I have been playing around with this one because it reminds me of one of the gold shades from the Natasha Denona gold palette, and I really want to get my hands on that. I just can't justify buying it at full price because I'm not going to wear all of the shades. I don't like the blues, so I don't want to pay for the blues. So I'm waiting for a good sale for that one. But in the meantime, I have been playing around with Pyramid, so I'm glad that it's now in my Quintet. So this is Pyramid. And then the third one will be number 3, Rowdy from my I Think I Love You palette. So this is Rowdy, and the formula of this one is similar to the pale shade here, which is Shredded. They're very similar actually. They both have a little bit of shimmer to them. They're both very hard pressed into the pan. They're both look ashy on me, so, and I don't really set my eyes. If I do set my eyes, I prefer using this one because it's closer to my skin tone. So I'm going to cheat a little bit and I'm going to choose another one because I just don't really wear this shadow. And I think I'm going to declutter this along the way, all of these like pale white setting shades. So I'm going to choose another one. Number 2 is Girls Bite from the same palette. It's this one, which is this beautiful like warm bronze shade. This is also a little bit more hard pressed. The I Think I Love You palette is one of the earlier palettes of Colourpop, so the formula is not as good as the recent ones. That's why this one is also a little bit hard pressed. I've used this quite a bit actually, but you can barely tell because the shadows are very hard pressed into the pan. But I like this shade. So this is Girls Bite. Yeah, Girls Bite. This one. Then the fourth one will have to be 15. It's shredded again, and it's this one. I'm not going to include that, so I'm going to choose another one. 7. It's from my Zoeva Coco blend, and it's Delicate Acidity. This is not the original Delicate Acidity shadow. This was from my Rose Golden palette that I placed in here. So the last one will have to be number 8. Eden from my Prism palette. It's this one. Eden. I don't really wear warm shadows, but this is kind of too warm for me already, but we're in quarantine anyway. I can play with it a little bit. So this is Eden. So this is my Quintet. Interesting shades, but overall just neutrals. So I can see a lot of good combinations like this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. I'm just really glad that my collection is now at the point where all of them are neutral, or wearable, so they can work together well. So this is my Quintet, and I'm excited to see how much progress I can do in a month in quarantine. So that's going to end this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and again, I'm just so happy to be back again, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.